It's Wednesday night. It is now 7:26 in the evening. It's the old redneck. Just got home. They had an interesting experience on the freeway on the way home. Kind of thought y'all might get a kick or a little laugh out of it. So let's hoist a beer and listen to what some, I guess, you might call them liberals that got triggered tonight had to say. Verbatim. Naturally, I didn't record it because, it's kind of hard to drive and record at the same time when you're following the law. You know, Instead of holding your phone like this and going all over your car trying to record somebody. All right. Well, I'm traveling from work back to home, and got down about let's say a quarter of the way home. Town of Emeryville, going between Emeryville and Berkeley, or Berkeley as it's called. And I got this Toyota Celica or Corona, something like that. About 3 cars back in my right-hand lane, beside me, but 3 cars back. Now, my Jeep doesn't have the tops on it. It's got the, Smittybilt netting on the back, so it's open and I can hear everything. And this lady is turning, and I use that word loosely, is screaming at the top of her lungs. Look at this shit. This guy's got a rebel flag on the back of his car. It's what's wrong with this country. He needs to go away. This is the Bay Area. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just steadily driving, kind of ignoring it. She got farther back. I didn't hear it, and here she comes again. Running her mouth, is doing the same thing. Black Lives Matter, all this stuff. You need to move. You need to get out of here. You need to get that crap off your car. All that shit. I still ignoring her, driving on down the road, talking to my wife on my phone, actually, through the headset, which is legal. I look off to the side, my right side, and I kid you not, the lady's driving the car, looking at my Jeep, recording everything, every angle she can get of it, and all this crap. I'm watching her car doing this, and I'm wondering, where in the hell's the CHP when you need one? If that's not a case of distracted driving, I don't know what is. Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, I believe in the right to protest. I believe you have that right. Now, my wife's a little concerned that gal might have got my license plate and getting the license plate to get the address where I live and all that stuff, and I told her don't worry about it. Because I'm very tolerant of people out in public. But you cross the line onto my property and start any crap, I'm liable to put a couple ounces of lead between your eyes. Now, there are those that say that's a threat. I'm a country boy. That ain't a threat. That's a promise. You do what you want out there. City, sidewalk, street, I don't care. You come on a property I pay for, you answer to my laws. Now, granted, my Jeep isn't decorated the way most are. Do I have Confederate symbols on the car? Sure do. They've been on every car I ever owned. But since in the last year or so, all of a sudden all this Black Lives Matter and F to this and F to that, and we're not against this, we're against that, blah, 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 blah. Everything seems to be wrong. But they want to take down all the monuments, they want to take down all the history, they want to rewrite the history books and all that. Okay, so let's turn around. Are we taking down all these monuments because these people own slaves? All right. Why don't we take down the Washington Monument? Seems to me Washington owned slaves. Think about it. And these people that are saying, the Confederacy was all about slavery, they need to go back and read their history. the actual history. Or better yet, go down south and talk to some of the people down there. Not in the cities. Go into small towns and talk to them. Towns like where I lived, where we celebrated U.S. holidays, we also celebrated Confederate holidays. White and black didn't matter. There were blacks that fought on the South Side in the war, and they weren't forced to, no matter what people say. You know? People, these educated idiots need to get their head out of their ass and actually crack a book instead of just paying off the teacher with blowjobs to get the grade. Because evidently that's what they did. They either slept through class or drank through class. Either that or they're teaching a whole different brand of history than I ever was learned. I'm fond of saying, if my Jeep offends you, don't look at it. I paid for it, I can do what I want with it. There may be some out there that disagree with me. You're welcome to do that. This is still America, the land of the free, home of the brave. You're welcome to your own opinion. But your opinion only counts so far. You know, people want to bring that fight to my door, they're going to have a fight. I'll put up with their silly little protests and all that. I don't give a shit if they're protesting for gay rights or the right to fuck their dog or the sheep or the goat, whatever. I'll put up with it driving around, going out of my way to get around them. Till they start breaking things. When they break things, as far as I'm concerned, they're no longer protesters, they're criminals. That seems to be something all our politicians have forgotten. A protest is one thing. Waving your signs, beating your drums, chanting your chants, screaming your screams. That's all well and good. If you got a permit to protest, protest to your heart's content. Protest till you drop dead. I could care less. Won't faze me one way or the other. But the minute you pick up a stick, a brick, close a fist to hit somebody, light a match to burn something down, burn the flag, whatever, you're a criminal. And our politicians need to understand that. They're not helping the situation by coddling all these, as I call them, entitled idiots. They've done a good job of making this into a welfare country. You know? Stop and think a minute, people. Yeah, I bitch just like everybody else about having to get up and go to work every day. It don't matter to me if you're white, black, pink, purple, red, or green. You want to make a living, you got to get up and earn it. The government's done a good job of giving people money to sit on their butts. When are they going to realize they're just creating a bigger problem? Because people are just going to want more and more and more and more. Sooner or later, the piggy bank is going to run dry. And when it does, you're going to have a shitstorm. You want to have people on AFDC and welfare, fine and dandy. I have no problem with that. You can find work for them to do a couple hours a day to at least feel like they're earning that money. I don't care if it's being a crossing guard at a school. I don't care if it's being an usher at a movie theater, donating the time. I don't care if it's holding street signs to direct traffic around construction zones. They need to get the government needs to get into the business of putting people back to work. Not putting people on their fat asses watching TV all fucking day and waiting for the 1st or 15th when their checks come in so they can feel like they're really alive. And they're, yay, I got money. You know? But that's common sense thinking. That doesn't get you votes. That doesn't keep you in your house on the hill, your three-piece suits, and able to get in front of cameras and spout off the bullshit that you spout off every fucking day. But in answer to the lady's insanely shrill chant at Black Lives Matter, I agree Black Lives Matter. Just like I agree that blue lives matter, white lives matter. Frankly, to me, all life matters. You know? I don't willingly want to see another human being hurt. Will I hurt somebody if I have to? Yes. Do I hope it comes to that? No. 61 years old, I've seen a whole lot of hatred go up and down the pike. There is more racism now I am seeing than I saw in the last 40 years. You know, I kept hearing all this when Obama got elected. Oh, he's going to be great for the black man, blah, 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 blah. You know, funny thing is, I talked to my black friends, and they said, we made a mistake. He was a worthless piece of crap. The only people seem to like him are the ones that, you know, get free money from the government. Wonder why that is. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. Before you start spouting off the party line, why don't you educate yourself first? Instead of judging by a soundbite on the 6 o'clock news, go to the library, do a little research on your own. Because I haven't seen a single protest that these Black Lives Matter people have been in that hasn't turned violent. And a lot of times they were the one causing the violence. Doesn't take much to egg it on. But it takes a hell of a lot to make it stop. Do any of those people have the balls, or excuse me, the ovaries, to make it happen? Or is that part of their end game? Let's turn this world upside down. Are we going to go back to only the strongest survive? I'll leave you with one last question. It's all these people that say Black Lives Matter. And that's all they're fixated on. Boom, 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 boom. Like big neon sign. If Black Lives matter so much, why in the hell in all the cities are blacks killing blacks in ever increasing numbers? If their lives matter so much, why is that happening? And I've asked a couple people that, and you know what's really funny? You ask them a question that needs a simple answer, and they change the subject. I've actually been told that the blacks are killing blacks because Whitey makes them do it. Because Whitey holds them down. Well, let's see, you got a free black college. You get scholarships up to yin yang if you're black. A lot more than you do when you're white. Affirmative action, you know. Government pays people to hire blacks. Don't matter if they're worth a shit or not, they still get paid. A guy like me, don't matter I'm a vet or anything else, I still got to earn my way into that job. So again, tell me how privileged I am. Now, there may be some that will disagree with this. You're welcome to. This is still America. But I thought it was kind of comical. I triggered my first liberal, I guess. I guess I get a liberal triggering badge. Yay me. But if the lady, after I post this on YouTube and everything else, happens to see this video, understand this. Lady, you can scream all you want to at my car, at me. I don't give a shit. Everything that's on that car means something to me. You don't like it, don't look at it. And if I wanted to fly the Confederate battle flag, it'd be on my 30-foot flagpole in front of my house. Right underneath the United States flag and the POWMI flag. And there ain't a goddamn thing anybody can do to make me take it down. But I don't fly that one. If you're going to down the South, you need to understand the South. And I'll tell you one thing, most of you clowns out here in California don't have a damn clue as to what you're talking about when you start talking down the Confederacy. It's just like the Republic. There was good and there was bad. Just like nowadays, there is good and there is bad. So get off your friggin' high horses, people. Grow the fuck up. Put down your damn cell phones. Do some research and talk to people like human beings. We all might get along a little better. It's the old redneck. Wishing you all well. Remember, there's a lot of wounded vets coming back and vets that aren't wounded coming back. Give them, all they're looking for is a shot. Give them a shot. You'll probably have a best worker you can have for life or a best friend you can have for life. If you don't have a job to offer them, maybe you can donate to one of the veterans organizations out there. Do your research, check which ones are reputable. There's a lot of phony ones out there. To all the vets, Godspeed. Come home. To the ones that are out there still, the ones that are home, let's keep it together, boys. This nation's not done with us yet. Just look around you. Good night to all. Have a good evening. Redneck out.